Okay, hello my people over there on the other side of the screen. Today I want to be continuing the battle against depression video series, and you hear the wind. This is a windy day, but I'm still here and I'm going to explain to you some things. And the last video I did about this subject it was really like an introduction to this whole issue that you might be dealing in your life, and this video is more like diving a little bit deeper and seeing what has happened. It's a really warm day now and it's the last of summer, and the first subject that is kind of related to depression over here is that I want to talk to you about the seasons. I want to make you conscious of how the seasons affect you, and I kind of want you to understand that for example the sunlight affects your depression a bit. You can see there's no more sunlight in the background, but today was a sunny day and that kind of can lift up the spirits. And I really want to encourage you to not fall into this kind of way of living where you are spending your whole day inside of like any building, even if it's like a school building. Like, don't spend your whole time inside human-made like structures, because that's really bad for you. It's bad for your brain and it's bad for your health, so I would say that get out there. And the next part I really want you to understand in this video is how rejection kind of crystallizes, or how would I say, like distills into this depressed state at some point. If you are experiencing in your life a kind of depression where you have given up on most pursuits and you just spend your time on the computer or staring at YouTube videos of all kinds of people, you might be the way I was at some point, that you watch all kinds of people on YouTube and kind of live this how would I say, a life of not living. You live through other people and their video cameras and that kind of stuff. And I really want to encourage you to get out of this rut in your life of living life through other people. YouTube is a great thing. Of course I think that YouTube is great because I'm a YouTuber. I need my audience, Well, I can do this without my audience, but I need my audience. So it's great that people are watching. But really, my goal in YouTube is not that you replace your own life with like looking at other people, like my channel, for example. That's not the point. But you might go through this kind of phase in your life because you live in the modern age. It's understandable. But what I really want you to start opening your mind to is the possibility that you can gain something out of this, and you can gain an idea for your own life. And I really want you to focus your mind on your own life, your own fucking life, and how you can make it better. There's a lot of people in this world that kind of spend most of their energy and time, with like kind of helping others, and it's great. We need those kind of people, but don't do it on your own detriment. I feel that in depressed people there are probably the two extremes. Those who don't give really a shit about anybody else and not themselves, and those who give a shit about everybody else but not themselves, and that's why they are depressed. And I want you to find the kind of the middle way. Like the Buddha said, that you find the middle way. And I feel that that's one of the ways out of depression. It's to reconcile your own needs and desires in life with what other people are kind of going for. And I feel that passion for anything is the key to this like succeeding. you have to find the passion in yourself. It might sound like a huge task for you at this point, and I understand it, because when you are depressed you are kind of listless. You might have all the playlists of like the best songs in the world, but you're feeling kind of listless. So I want to encourage you to take the first step into becoming passionate yourself. And it's a choice. Passion is a choice. It's not like the wind that comes and goes, you know. Passion is not like that, you know. If passion is like that for you, then it's not real passion. Passion doesn't come and go. Yeah, you can get really into stuff and then you kind of fall out of it. But I'm not talking about that. And if you see people that are really passionate, I want you to open yourself up to those energies. The next time you meet somebody that has a dream and you're a depressed person, I want you to kind of ask some more intelligent questions of the person, and I want to open your mind for this kind of thing to flow into you, whatever it might be. And I want you, the next time you meet that kind of person, to kind of play along, because you probably hang out with the people who don't have that kind of stuff in them, and it kind of rubs off on you. And as I said in the last video, it's a safety mechanism in your mind. You kind of protect your body from going too much out there, you understand. These protective mechanisms that cause, you know, depression in the modern human being are not really that rational. Some of them can be, you know, because if you think about it, if you don't have energy, you can't work yourself, for example. That might lead to some kind of breakdown. Or you can't over exercise, that might lead to some kind of, you know, physical ailment. And these are your inner protective mechanisms. But I want you to understand that if you really kind of beforehand you get out of that depression, understand this, then you can always remember what Truth Detective says to you when things start to get better for you, because they will start to get better if you follow this channel. That's for sure. I have said that most of the YouTubers you probably follow don't have a clue. They are entertainers. I'm not an entertainer. I want to be entertaining, but I'm not an entertainer. There's a difference. An entertainer is here for you to do something that you can do on your own. You can't have fun on your own, so you need somebody to entertain you. So entertainment is that's the reason why entertainers are kind of bad. I don't say that they are bad people. They are usually talented and obsessed, you know, people, and really good in what they do. Entertainers are not bad, but entertainment can be really bad for you, and it's because it robs you of that inner capacity to really entertain yourself. And that's one of the reasons there is so much depression in this modern world. It's because of entertainment. All kinds of things, video games, you know, like all kinds of funny stuff you watch every day. And me, I never spend my time on that stuff. I do my own. I'm a creator, you know. I create stuff. And I would say that I don't know if that's a goal you could have for yourself, to become this kind of creative person, but I feel that it's really a good idea to start like putting these energies into something else. But then again, I'm going to say that there are huge amounts of these kind of negative things. They are not in themselves negative. For example, black metal scene, you know. Making music is not negative, but when so many people fuel this kind of negative, you know, mindset, And I'm going to say that the black metal scene, you know, feels kind of this, you know, very like a toxic type of like mindset for you. And I'm gonna say that, yeah, it's interesting. You know, I used to be into that stuff, and you know, I can sing black metal myself, but I would want to be a creator in that scene more than, you know, a listener. And I feel that if you are all bought into this like consumer mindset, then you don't really understand that almost all the solutions that you are offered probably are kind of consumer mindset oriented solutions. Hey, pop this pill over here. Hey, take these drugs. Hey, like go to this seminar or something. This is all kind of consuming. It doesn't come out of yourself, you know. And I'm a different kind of, you know, like a teacher or how would I say, a coach, in that sense that I want it to come out of yourself, the solution. It's there. It's going to come out, but you have to understand that you live in such a fucked up environment. If you don't like if you don't gain this kind of outsider perspective out of it. And I try to give that outsider perspective to the modern fucked up society that you live in. And it's not all about that, because you have to understand that you see all around you people that deal fine in this world. It's not a problem for them, but you might be a little bit autistic. You might have some kind of other issues, you know, that are kind of mental health related. But there might be all kinds of things with you that cause this kind of depression in you, and some of those things you can't do nothing about. So the next question I have for you is that should you seek like this? Should you seek other people that kind of experience these type of things also? Should you seek other like autistic type persons? And I would say that if your main problem in your life is being antisocial, or like just, you know, having problem with like being social, I would say that the best solutions for this are seeking other people that have the Asperger mind, or the autistic mind. Not autistic, but you know, those kind of people that struggle with it because they know better. Normal people in the like the first part of your really getting out there won't help you. So this is the first thing. The next thing is that you should seek to better your physical health, because it gives you some confidence. It's great, but that alone won't get you anywhere. You know, I bet that there are a lot of, you know, bodybuilder type, you know, dudes on YouTube, for example, that are kind of, you know, clueless in how to like master yourself in the way that you could be an influential figure. Yeah. And the next part I'm going to say is that you should start wearing better, you know, clothes. You should get better clothes, because you want to gain that kind of advantage over other people. You want to make a good first impression, and you have to understand that some of your depression is also related to how other people like react to you, and if you get into this kind of negative spiral that you don't gain enough of this like talking to people, I would say that, for example, me, you know, nowadays through this YouTube channel I kind of got the motivation to talk to a lot of people. Nowadays I don't even seek to like make friends, maybe. I seek to like make fans, you know. That's what I'm after. I don't really care about, you know, friends maybe in that way, you know. I like to get to know people, but not too like closely maybe. So that's what I go for, and I feel that I have learned through this so much. It's more about being a salesman for me. It's more about being a salesman of my, you know, own creative stuff, you know. That's what an artist has to do. You know, an artist doesn't have anybody to like sell your stuff, or sell, like, an artist doesn't have that. At least when you start, nobody's going to be doing this for you. You have to learn these skills on your own, and I learned these skills. and I have been like I have been like gaining like huge experiences like in this that I would have never like even could imagine that I could do this kind of, that I could just, you know, go talk to somebody and pull out some stunt, you know, for them, and just, you know, get them like in few couple of minutes, you know, on my side, you know. I would have never guessed that I would be able to do this kind of stuff, but you know, I just learned it. And I found those things that kind of helped me in that kind of stuff. So your physical health, the way of your dress, and then your social style. Get out there, but don't get out there in that you know, in that mode that you are not really digging yourself. Get out there when you have worked on yourself some, and it can be quite a you know long and, you know, a lonely journey. But I would feel that most people that have something great in them, they seek people out that kind of, you know, mirror that kind of thing. What I want for you in your life is that you have to understand that there are groups of people that are kind of living in the same mindset and living in the same kind of habits, and you know, that same, how would you say, they form groups because of that. But I don't want that kind of stuff for maybe you. I want something better, and it would be great if you could be this kind of a person that can kind of be an outsider. And it would be awesome if you can do some positive effect on the world through that way. You can kind of turn around this, you know, depressive thing and make it better. But that's a big vision, you know. But I just want to ask you, like, do you believe that it's possible? Because it's possible, and I know it's possible. There's nothing blocking you from this. And the limiting beliefs that you have, kind of the things that hold you back, I want you to find those things that can like unlock those things that hold you back. Because there's nothing but yourself holding you back, and it's mainly about your fear. Because depression is kind of that state when you have started to play maybe a little bit too more safe in your life, and you're not taking those kind of risks that would like gain you these experiences where you would be like, yeah, hey, like, man, there's greatness in this world, and I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna be a part of it. That kind of stuff that you start to hold back too much, and you internalize this all of this stuff. And it's understandable through all the conditioning and all the brainwashing that goes on in the school system and that kind of stuff, in the media. But it's all brainwashing, you know. Most of the stuff that how you behave usually doesn't have any correlation with reality at all. It's just that people have these ideas, you know, that how life is, but usually the environment and people and their like way of behavior doesn't reflect your like the world view that you have. And that's one of the dangers of these, you know, these entertainers, is that they manipulate into you this like world view, and you don't go out there yourself. It's really bad, you know. Go out there yourself and fucking see, you know. Just see how it is. It's not probably that bad, like what they say. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So now you understand that your worldview can contribute to your depression. And your worldview can be kind of controlled, coaxed and manipulated and all kinds of shit like that by your parents, by the media, by the school system, by your friends, by everything, you know. Everybody has an idea maybe how things are, and you want to be that person that cracks this idea, you know. I'm always trying to be that person. People think that life is this way. I'm gonna show you, no, it's not this way. That I'm gonna show you that people are not generous. I'm gonna be like, no, that's not true. I'm going to be generous. You know, people say that, you know, people like, yeah, like, you know, that kind of stuff. You have to really understand that you shouldn't make this kind of, you know, assumptions in your mind, because when you start holding on to them through all kinds of ideologies, you know, it can fuel this kind of fuel this kind of thing and a certain kind of isolation. But then I want to give you this kind of precaution that when you start to gain some new ground in your life and your life starts to become a little better, you might start noticing that the people that are there's a lot of people that are kind of, you know, really in a rut. You know, they have all kinds of addictions, and they really don't have a lot of energy or passion in their life, and they can't get, you know, anything out of themselves. And then you kind of realize that, holy shit, you know, like how am I ever going to like find those people that have something going for them? But I'm going to say that when you become that way yourself, you're gonna find them, because your vibe attracts your tribe. And that's the last line in this video, because there's so much freaking shit floating around over here. I'm gonna get out of here. It's pretty dark. But that's depression for you. Depression is dark. Thanks for watching. I love you guys.